Federal employees will now get a paycheck. That's after the longest shutdown in U.S. history. The government is now back open. But while this may bring relief to many people who've been impacted, others are concerned that the relief will only be short-lived. Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Guy Rawlings.
And I'm Carla Wade. Now, the president signed the stopgap funding bill last night. It funds the government until the end of January. And we have team coverage tonight on the government shutdown, impacts, and the stopgap funding bill that was passed by lawmakers and signed by the president. But first, we start with the impact of federal employees who went weeks without getting paid. WVTM 13's Aaron Llewellyn was one of the first reporters to talk to one when the shutdown started. He shares that same employee's story about how hard it's been surviving the past 43 days.
I believe it when I see it. I'm not gonna bank on it, pun intended.
The longest government shutdown in history is finally over.
Getting a pay stub that had you worked 80 hours and you got $0, it was very difficult.
And the fear of the unknown is still terrifying for this employee who wants to protect their identity. They describe surviving the last 43 days as difficult.
I'm a single parent and was kind of already living paycheck to paycheck. So I had to just rely on community, rely on resources that were out there.
It was that community support that carried the employee, even through heartbreaking conversations with their children.
Hey, mommy's not getting paid. So we can't do this. We can't do that. We're going to have to cut back on this. We're not going to be able to do that.
The bill that ended the shutdown guaranteed federal employees would get back pay for the 2 paychecks they missed.
How are we going to do Christmas when I'm not getting any income? And then when I do get income, we're going to have to go back and catch up on what I wasn't able to pay because I wasn't getting a regular paycheck.
But there are still questions that have yet to be answered.
Who knows if it's going to be a lump sum or if it's just going to be in increments. I can attempt to try to save, to prepare, but who knows what's going to happen between now and then.
Only putting a Band-Aid over a bigger problem.
And we've done this before, and it's only through January the 30th. So who's to say that January the 31st, 2026, we're not going to be in the same position that we were in.
In Birmingham, Aaron Llewellyn, WVTM 13.